Definitely has a carnival sound to it.
Yep.
Yep, nice good carnival sound.
Okay.
Are you more or less ready to get rolling, hun?
Yes, I am.
Alright, I'm gonna take the screen down and we'll be live here. Hello, everyone. We're here. We're back. It's episode 2.
Hello, everyone. It is episode 2 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. I am the DM for this Feywild adventure. I suppose, well, after I turn the Freddy Cosmo down just a touch. There we go. So, today we are sponsored. We have a sponsors of Grinding Coffee Co. Fantastic coffee. I am hearing nothing but good things about them from everyone. So, if anyone is interested in having some fantastic coffee, do enter Party White Games. Whoa. Do enter Party White Games for a 10% off some fantastic coffee. I, however, think I am ready to get started here. Would anyone like to do a recap, or should I?
Please do the recap.
Alright. Well, last time we started our little adventure with some people seeking to discover their roots, others seeking to alleviate curses, and others just enjoying being part of the extravagance. Our party has taken to the festival, Feywild Festival, the Witchlight Carnival, led by Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and began to explore its grounds, being led by one of the Witchlight hands who worked there. As they were guided around, they met a displacer beast who lamented the loss of her cub, and made a friend in her, at which she gave a little suggestion on where they may continue their search for lost things. They managed to almost acquired a kid. Managed to cut ahead of the line on the dragonfly rides. Rescue a dwarf. Have a lengthy conversation with a very talkative Trent and Treant, and then proceeded to sneak into the staff area, which they picked up a little bit more information. But there's still a lot of mystery revolving this carnival. What they did discover was that many things do go missing, and that something seems to have Mr. Witch and Mr. Light worried. But we pick up here, having just left the staff area and returned to the big top. What would you all like to do?
I believe you wanted to see the snail racing?
Yeah, the snail racing is really exciting. Once they really hit their top speed, it's anybody's race.
Pardon me, were you saying something?
Yeah, that sounds like a superb plan.
Excellent. Nothing ominous and foreboding that we saw in the staff area, so we should just completely forget about that. Go get some funnel cake and hit the snail races.
Maybe look around as we walk, possibly.
I mean, I guess.
Well, if we don't leave soon, we'll be there by next Tuesday instead of tonight.
Oh, should be in plenty of time for the first race then.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Well-
we'll wander down.
Okay then. Someone roll me a d6 as you all begin to walk again.
D6. 3.
A 3. Wow. Okay. So you all begin to walk, and as you do, there's a number of just freestanding games installed, and oops. So here you would know this. There are some smaller games open, but as you're walking, there's a small stage in which there's a gnomish man with wearing the same butterfly wings and a long coat and trousers, but he's calling out as you all begin to pass by them. But he calls, "Sound the chime, it's time to rhyme. You bring your poem, we'll bring the gnome." And he just seems to be waiting for people to approach, if you had any interest.
Well, that's going on too. If anybody wants to try and make a poem.
I'm afraid my poetry skills are kind of abysmal. We'll say to be kind.
Come and join the contest and see if it's me that you can best.
Ah, man, he's getting better. That first one was a stretch, but that one, solid.
Are your poetry skills any better, the two of you?
Me? Oh no. But why don't?
Kostya will sort of wander up and go, "I'll take you up on that offer. I'm sure I can get something from that coffer."
Oh snap! Are we about to have a gnome battle?
We're betting on our gnome, not them.
Two gnomes enter. One gnome leaves.
Join me then on the stage and show me words, wise and sage. He gestures for you to join him, and you may make a charisma performance check. And I'm going to give you advantage if you do come up with a rhyme.
Indeed. But he'll go up and take a sip from his flask and start off. There once was a gnome from the Vale who spied across Icewind Dale a maiden so fair, hidden in the dragon's lair. Fortunately, he only ate kale.
Damn.
Give me that performance roll with advantage.
Ooh, massive 10.
Massive 10. Alright, so the two of you begin to sling rhymes back and forth. You're not quite there yet, but you do manage to keep up with him a little bit as he begins to speak again.
Oh, well,
We are not done yet, but don't you fret. This contest has just begun. We have yet to see who has won.
one and one. That's quite a ton. Who knows when the day is done?
Give me the performance.
Try again.
18.
Ooh,
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh dear me, I can't keep up. Could it be that I'm out of luck? You may make one more performance check advantage again if you rhyme.
Though there's been many a road twixt straight and bend, I think our performance has come to an end.
Let's see it.
Ooh, solid.
Are you kidding me?
Roll again, because I liked that.
Okay,
Alright.
15.
Well, it seems that I've been bested. I don't think that I... No, I don't have a rhyme for this. But he claps, and there's a few other claps as people pass by. But as that goes on, he does turn around and reaches into a bag. Go ahead and roll me a d8 this time.
D8.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh, full blown.
Ooh, okay.
Full 8.
Ooh.
As he reaches back and draws out he draws out a tree sap lollipop, offering it to you.
Ooh. Why, with many a thank, this will surely last all the way to the bank.
As he's handing that over, you notice that this tree sap lollipop has a glove attached to it, a glove which he was wearing, and just draws out, offering the lollipop and this glove puppet that he was using to hold it.
Ah,
That puppet is in the shape of a wizard.
Oh.
As an action, you can move the puppet's arms to cast the minor illusion cantrip. After 3 uses, this puppet disappears in a puff of smoke.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Is classic.
And as he hands this over, he says, "Do enjoy the lollipop, and if you're ever around again, do stop by my shop." And he gives you a bow.
Bow back. And, the full-blown wave the beard out from underneath. Just step on it.
Absolutely.
The beard had its flourish. Charles is applauding.
Yeah.
All the minor illusions.
More. Well, hey, you did it.
Yeah.
This has been a very profitable venture for you here at the carnival. I'm so glad.
Yes, congratulations.
Ah. It's good to keep in practice.
Yeah, I really thought things were going to get heated between you guys. It was very impressive.
Well, I was going to offer him some well, you know that thing.
The
that
thing?
I have, yeah.
The flask?
Yeah, that's probably it.
I wasn't certain, but I'm glad at least somebody knew.
I love how you're just like skirting the edge of your pack.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta.
You all are able. Actually, everybody, give me a perception check. Just for
Ooh, perception.
Yes.
That thing at which I am supremely good.
Yeah, real good at those. 10 for me.
Ooh. How is that even possible? 16.
13.
You just continue to be good despite that ability score. I think your perception has been consistently over 15.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you've had the best perception out of all this last session as well.
Constantine, as the group of you is walking, there's a moment where something catches out of the corner of your eye, and you only see this figure briefly, but there's what appears to be a living shadow with a mask on its face. You don't quite catch where this figure goes, but it just kind of like drifts along slightly above the ground before vanishing behind a stall, and you lose sight of it.
I guess the important question in Kostia's mind is, did the shadow have a set of fairy wings?
It did not.
Ooh. There might be dark things afoot.
Did you see something in particular?
I thought I saw just a shadow move in the corner behind us, but what caught my eye was just the lack of wings.
Oh. I mean, that means they didn't pay for a ticket. Which way did they go?
Yeah, don't people get in trouble for that?
Yeah. I mean, as an employee, I should really do something about that. Then again, you know, Snail Races. We can be back from the Snail Races in like 10 minutes, right? They can't do any real harm.
Maybe we should take just a look first and then go to Snail Races afterwards?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, as you all kind of trail behind and peek around this stall, you notice that it goes right up against another building where there's just a dead-end wall. Wherever this figure went, it appears to have vanished.
These are essentially canvas walls, right? Because we're in the carnival.
Hmm? Canvas wall, yes.
Okay, so no climbing that.
It probably went under.
Give me a... I'm going to ask Constantine for this. Give me an Arcana check.
Okie doke. Yep.
Constantine, that was a literal shadow. Like, not a person. Not a person dressed up as something. You've heard of creatures like it before. That basically keep to dark places and are not usually very amiable entities.
And as we were standing outside the fabric wall, Constantine just sort of swallows loudly and goes, I may be wrong, but on second consideration, I think that might have been an actual shadow. You know, like...
I mean, I have an actual shadow.
The ones that hang around, like, graves and stuff. Infect dreams.
Oh, the bad kind of shadow.
Oh, those kinds.
You also know that that such creatures don't really have a need to for entryways or normal entryways.
Well, you still didn't pay for our ticket, so we should follow it, I guess.
Yeah. Do we want to? Should we go around to the entrance, or do we just go underneath, up and under?
We can go up and under. We're on official carnival business. Just don't lose your wings, okay?
Okay. Chell's uncertain, but they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Chell's uncertain, but they're going to go with it.
Okay.
Like, they're with an employee. That should be fine, right?
Yeah, exactly. I got this. So I'll go under first. That way, it's official carnival business.
Sure. For following it, go ahead and give me a... I think perception check kind of works best for this because you're trying to track a shadow instead of something that leaves footprints.
What did you say for it? Perception? Okay.
Yes.
That's a bit more to spec.
And
23.
All right.
That nat 20 on the other side.
23. All right. So you all kind of like slip under this this tarp and into this room, and it is very dark. Sashir, do you have dark vision?
No, I am just a human.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. That might be a lie. One of the feats may have given me dark vision. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it did, though. Fey touched? No, it doesn't give me dark vision. Okay. I am just a normal human.
Alright. You did... So then that's going to be... Still going to be a 17.
Okay, disadvantage 17.
So as you're moving, you do notice a bit of mist kind of creeping in this area, but you don't notice any details. But as you're kind of looking in the area, you know how to search for people or things that aren't supposed to be here. And as you do, you notice you notice along some of the mirrors that they dim and shift, as if something was passing by it.
Hey, we know you didn't buy a ticket. Go ahead and come on out, and if you cooperate, we can get you some wings and you can attend the festivities like a normal patron.
Shae, are there anything like candles in this tent?
No.
Dang.
It's very dim. It's a very dim. Like basically, what you did, you wandered into the Hall of Illusions. There's mirrors everywhere, and roll me a D100. I want to see where you ended up.
Oh dear. Boop.
Okay.
18.
How old would you say your characters are?
Hell, if I remember correctly, I said 25?
So, looking around in the mirrors that you're kind of around right now, you all appear to be 18, or the racial equivalent of 18.
Oh, so I look like myself. Got
Yes.
it.
You look the same. Constantine looks much younger.
Ye gods! Did I actually have a chin underneath all that beard?
Apparently. You got some whiskers starting to develop.
No, looks like, yeah. What do you say the beard is quite distinguishing?
Never mind.
Question about the mirrors.
Yes.
Since out of character we know that our friend is a changeling, are we seeing the idealized version of them at 18, or are we seeing their true form at 18?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
I'm gonna ask you what you would like it to be.
I'm going to say the true form, because that's more interesting.
Okay. Yep. You all see you see the true form under the mask in this reflection. One that is that has that very empty visage, no hair, just a blank, almost porcelain kind of face.
Well, I think you said the shadow was somewhere along those mirrors, right?
Yeah, they're over here. Don't even worry about it. These mirrors get a little messy with your head. It's all illusion magic, so don't even sweat what you see in there.
Right. Yeah, that's.
And
So she's gonna call out again. Oh, last chance to come out before we really have to get serious about this. You don't want to see how mean we can get.
Give me a persuasion check or intimidation.
I'm good at those.
See if you can draw this thing out.
It's gonna be the same roll regardless. 14.
14. Okay. Where is... Oh! Also, your poetry is such a jam. I can't
I love
find
the
a handout
artwork.
for this, and it's driving me
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, this art was just freaking amazing.
Hey, she's not wearing wings.
Well,
He snuck in.
she is... Yeah, she's probably in trouble then.
She has to laugh forever.
She has to laugh forever. Gosh, I want to show this. I want to show this to you, but where is this handout? And I know it's here because I've seen it before. Am I just missing it?
What in particular are you looking for?
I am looking for a named entity.
Oh, that doesn't help.
I'm looking for a
Use
one
the
of player handouts.
use the search by tag or name
Oh, okay.
up at the top.
Oops. Huh. Ah, here we are. Well, that's not really a handout, though. And I don't want to give you the creature block.
So then put that information in the GM side.
Could you snip a picture of it, then upload it as a handout or something?
Yeah.
You could do that too, yeah.
Aha! Here we go. What you see, and this is kind of giving away a bit more than I wanted, but what you see as this figure kind of like drifts up alongside a mirror, one of these mirrors, to face you, kind of drifts up like right behind you, Bashir. Is the figure of a woman, and you actually roll me a D100. Let's see if you recognize them. Yes,
78.
you do recognize them. You know that this was once one of the performers here. The figure you're seeing is the one on the right of that picture. An elven girl with a moon mask, and you know that she had a twin sister as well, and they were an acrobatic pair that performed in this carnival before. However, the two of them have not been seen in quite some time. But you just see the shadow just kind of like drift up, and you hear a whisper, "You're not the target," before the shadow just kind of dissipates.
Wait, who is the target? Actually, what is the target? I'm guessing she doesn't respond when I say that.
The shadow fades.
Wait, hold on. Not the target. Ah, jeez. That.
Oh,
that
did I
sounds-
cast Detect Magic?
There's magic everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I might be able to tell the necrotic magic or undead magic.
That's true. You can detect.
You could focus after.
All the mirrors are have illusion enchantments, and you're detecting a very, very disorienting kind of shifting chaos where you're at, and it's kind of hard to figure out what is causing this. It's like you're having trouble pinpointing what type of magic it is. And this is beyond just what is, what the mirrors are. This is just magic that's in the air.
Oh, okay. So we're getting the spirit magic as well, which is kind of harder to parse through.
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check if you'd like.
Alrighty. I am supposedly good at that.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Quite good.
You take a moment to think about this, and as you're considering just the heavy amount of magic hanging in the air, you get the sense that that not just the carnival, but this place in general has a very thin veil connected to another plane with magic just kind of bleeding through.
Okay. So the realm is thinner here than
Yes.
everywhere else, essentially. But makes sense why the carnival would stop here if that travels to the realms. I
It's just
don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, this tent in particular just seems to be very, very thin, and Pasha, you know that it has a reputation for being haunted.
Oh, I mean, if it's normal, then I
Whether
guess.
whether that reputation is true or not is whatever whatever someone decides it is.
I feel like I should go report this, since they were after a target. Why don't you two go on ahead to the Snail Races? It's carnival business after all. No reason for it to detract from your fun. I can catch up and continue showing you around after if you like.
Sure, that'd be great. Let us know what happens when you report it, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Try not to die, and I'll see you in a few hours. And they'll head out.
You as well. That's a interesting thing to pride on, I suppose.
Which way do you guys go?
Yeah, well, how about we continue on down and see where if we can come upon the racing snails.
Okay, let's see what they're about. Because we still have time before the whole big top extravaganza thing.
Yeah. Are you all just exiting through the just moving out of the tent through the exit?
Yeah, I'd imagine that we wouldn't crawl underneath or whatever. Especially that feels dodgy when we're not in official company, especially in the illusion tent.
Okay. Hashir, are you also just heading out the entrance?
Yeah, because I gotta go report what we found.
Cool. I will need everyone to make me a. I will need everyone to, as you start to exit this tent, there's a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired woman in witch's attire with a green flowing cape that hovers inside a glass cabinet. And this is just at the entrance. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. Go ahead and make me, everybody make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
20. Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh fuck.
Okay.
Oops.
I have the second best wisdom, and I just. Oh my.
Jella and Constantine. The two of you are stricken by Tasha's hideous laughter. Both of you suddenly perceive everything as hilariously funny and fall into fits of laughter. This goes on for you fall prone, you're incapacitated, you're unable to stand up for the duration, and you are simply like this for a minute. Whether you save or fail, you are now immune to this statue for the next 24 hours.
Oh, that's good.
However, you also notice as you were coming out, there was a halfling couple that was approaching as well. This couple was holding hands, and as they were approaching from the outside, one of the halflings, one of them is wearing butterfly face paint. He drops to one knee and pulls out a small box from his pocket, just as his sweetheart also bursts into laughter. And everyone begins just rolling on the ground, laughing hysterically.
That poor guy.
That's unfortunate.
It's in here. This is what happens.
That's cruel.
Just rolling on the floor, pointing at the poor poor halfling, going, he's got the cheese.
Yep.
Well,
Oh god.
I'll just pat the poor guy on the shoulder and say, better to be friend zoned now than after.
He starts sobbing. He is mortified that not only is a group of people suddenly laughing at him, but his sweetheart is just like, oh, this is awful. And he stands up and darts into the tent. And you see he just runs right by a ticket puncher, who you would know as Candlefoot the Mime, who just kind of he blinks and is like about to try and reach out to to try and stop him, and you see him his voice move he's trying to shout for him to stop, but this halfling just runs into the tent without his ticket getting punched.
It's gonna be marmalade.
Well, if nothing else, it'll be a fun story to tell their children if they ever have them.
Oh.
As the
I feel so bad, but your spots are so funny.
As the enchantment subsides, everyone returns to normal, and the halfling woman is looks also mortified, and she kind of blinks as she comes out of it, and then starts looking around for wherever he may have gone.
Darling, he went inside there. He was looking a little upset when he did, though.
It wasn't. I didn't mean to.
It was the scarecrow.
Just remember to say yes.
I don't. And she kind of looks into the. She kind of looks into the Hall of Illusions, where it's very dark, and can see just the number of different mirrors. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna find them now.
Try calling out for him.
She looks a little bit distraught and starts to make her way hesitantly towards the Hall of Illusions. Ruben!
I feel like we should help her.
About the ghost thing that's looking for a target?
That was weeks ago.
She yells, like she calls again before starting to enter. And you see Candlefoot kind of like blinking and like waving his arms before before she kind of disappears inside, and he just kind of like grabs his head and looks kind of frustrated.
Kostya's going to walk up to the mime and just hand him 2 of his tickets.
He holds up a ticket puncher and just like points.
We're on official carnival business. Come on, let us through.
He punches the 2 tickets and then gestures for anyone who wants to enter. Again.
I'll go inside. I feel like I should help.
Alright. So you all enter. Go for anyone who's going to be looking for them. Go ahead and give me... It doesn't tell me. Go ahead and give me... Here it is. Give me a perception check for anyone who's searching.
23.
10.
A massive 6.
Alright. So you all enter and you start searching, and you hear this woman calling the name Ruben before you catch up with her. And as you begin looking around, various reflections, and you notice at the start of this, the mirrors kind of reflect everyone kind of at a young age, gradually growing older the deeper you go in. But after a minute, Zashir, you're able to find him, just as another one of those, just as you see what appears to be a child, a small childlike figure, except with gangly skin and long curled nails, holding a lollipop and wearing a pig mask. And you see that she's kind of on the other side of this mirror, with Ruben kind of staring blankly before this figure, and the pig mask kind of like turns its head in your direction and then just fades into the mirror.
Do they have a pair of wings?
They do not.
I'm gonna move up to the mirror. Ruben, right?
And he kind of like blinks. Yes. And
Your fiance's looking for you.
Yeah, she just like tackle hugs him and falls to the ground. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to start laughing. He goes, oh, really? Yes, I don't know what came over me. And they said it was a scarecrow. And
Yeah, the scarecrow cast a spell. Tasha's hideous laughter on most people in the crowd there. I guess you managed to get around it.
Hey, give me a history check.
And
Yep, definitely
That-
scarecrow.
Definitely the scarecrow.
In fairness, it did have a very comical nose.
It's true.
I mean, it's a dressed up scarecrow, so it's still a scarecrow.
Also true. Overall, what we're saying is it wasn't her. So, I think she has an answer to your very important question. It's just
Right. He kind of like both of them kind of stand up and dust off before he once again gets to his knee and says, in yep, as he once again gets to one knee and says, Queen Sundapple, will you make me the most happiest short man in the history of Feywild?
Wait, you're a queen?
Sorry?
You said queen.
Ween.
Oh, God, okay. Sure, it would have been cooler if you were a queen, but you should say yes.
Reuben, yes, absolutely. And the two of them embrace and kiss and seem to be lost with each other. And he goes, oh, that's such relief. I was worried I was about to... I think you have ghosts in here. He kind of turns and looks up to you.
Yeah, we definitely do. I'm gonna touch the mirror.
Solid. There was a girl with a big lollipop saying that she could offer me a deal.
What kind of deal?
I don't know. Everybody came running up, but then she disappeared.
Probably for the best then.
Well, let's oh, we have to get our tickets punched. We ran in here without we weren't supposed to. Oh, right. And the two of them kind of like about face. Sorry. Thank you all.
Of course, congratulations.
Congratulations.
The two of them kind of smile and holding hands, they begin to make their way back out.
Making the way. Well, that was sweet.
It was. Suppose, I guess we should get back out as well.
Yeah, I don't want to cause any more of a ruckus. This is 2 in a row now. I think I really should go report this.
Yes, because it seems like it might be becoming worse if you don't.
Yeah. When people start dying, that's when they get really, upset, and they're like, why didn't you tell anyone? And I'd be like, it happened a week ago. What do you want from me? It's not a good time for anyone.
Does not sound like it now.
Is there anywhere in particular you need to go to report, or?
I'm not sure if I should go to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light directly, but I need to talk to somebody about it. Do I know who I should report this to?
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light would be the ones who would know about that. Let's see. There is also with the rumors that kind of float around the Hall of Illusions. You could also ask other carnival goers. The mime outside, as Candlefoot, he might know something.
No, I guess I'll ask him first.
Alright, so up to Candlefoot we go.
Yeah, I step outside and look for Candlefoot.
He's there, having just finished punched the 2 tickets of the two halflings, but he looks over and you see he's got very muted colors, and he's kind of dressed in not quite drab, but very desaturated kind of looks. There's also no color in his skin. It's like borderline gray tone, but his eyes kind of light up a bit when he sees you. It looks kind of like this.
It goes through something like this. Okay.
But he looks up and he kind of gestures you over.
CF, we noticed inside the Hall of Illusions two anomalies. To say they're ghosts is probably not super accurate. While they were ghostly, what we noticed was they didn't have their wings, so they weren't workers. And it's likely they snuck in, and they said they were looking for a target, which, given that they're radiating necromancy, it seems like it's a bad situation for everyone. I need to let somebody know, and so I'm telling you, so you need to tell everybody else in your most efficient manner that there's some dangerous people inside of the carnival. Yeah, I get all of that, but you need to actually, tell people that there's trouble.
Quacking. The duck.
I don't have I don't have time to find a duck. You need to just put it on my bill, and then they finger gun.
Mouth moving sound. Can't talk.
I mean, they're a mime, so of course they can't talk, but they can still articulate what I just said to other people.
Kareem? Okay. Forwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Eat.
Talk.
Speak.
Tucks their thumbs under their arms and kind of like flaps their arms a little bit.
Was it a duck?
What?
And they hold their hand, and I'm doing this because it's hard to do without me being on full camera. But they kind of hold their hand about waist high,
Mm-hmm.
and then they kind of like squat down at that height, put one hand up as if it were a beak, and the other as if it were a wing.
Chicken?
George?
Swan. Give
Isle?
us some better context clues.
They'll reach into the basket of roses, pluck one of them, and kind of twist it into like a little feather shape, and you see them kind of like trace a fingertip using a little bit of magic, and it turns black.
Black swan. Raven. Crow. Are we focusing too much on the bird aspect?
Okay.
Because you're making wings and bills and.
You see him take a moment to think before he kind of like snaps his fingers and begins to try to cast some magic before realizing that he can't without his voice. And then ends up holding up a holding up his second finger instead.
Second word.
He nods, and then give me a perception check.
Perception.
Bien well.
Ooh, mod by 20.
13.
Constantine, what's something that you had on you?
Oh. Yes, where was it?
The puppet?
No, it did have.
It can be something simple. You notice, you don't notice it at first, but he kind of like gestures you forward before, and he doesn't do it so much. He does it so that you don't notice at first, but then shows you that he took a gold coin from your purse, and then makes the motion of tiptoeing away before holding the coin out again.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, what did you say, Ren?
Thief?
He snaps his finger and points to you. And then he holds up a third finger and points to himself, and then holds up his fourth finger and points to his throat and makes a motion like he's trying to talk.
Oh, your voice was stolen.
Points to you, Shae, and nods.
Oh, I mean, like I said, you still could have articulated all of this to whoever we needed to alert about the thief, but I guess I'll handle it then. You seem busy here.
He holds up a finger and give me an insight check.
Yeah, insight. I can do that. I'm good at those. 15.
15. Okay. You get the sense that he both wants your help and also wants to give information.
So we need to find who took your voice. Is that what you're saying? If we find them, you can help us?
He nods.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
You have any idea he took it?
He nods.
Probably the same thieves.
And then does the wing flapping again.
The ones without the wings?
So you think for a moment again, like trying to figure out how to describe this one without words. You see him again. Yeah, I don't think he knows how to convey it, but because I don't.
I know how he can do it, but Sashir probably can't think of it.
Just trying to see if the Explorer Kits has a pen and pencil.
That was it. I was gonna be like, just fucking write it down.
You pull out a pen and pencil, and he sees it, and then holds out a hand.
I mean, as a wizard, you probably have.
I have
Yeah, because I have to use it to describe my spells at times too. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. see him start to write and draw on it, and he makes a very crude drawing of like what appears to be a little bird with a like a cloak and hat, and then it's just written small black feathered bird person.
Kenku?
Doesn't seem to know what a kinku is, but you think you know what it is.
Okay. So we gotta find a small black bird with a cloak. That shouldn't be very difficult. That'll stick out like a sore thumb for sure.
Did it have a pair of the fairy wings? Chalice touches her own.
You see them nod and then kind of write again. Changed appearance.
Oh.
Huh. Interesting.
If they changed appearance, he'd be anyone at the moment then.
Yeah, that does make it a little difficult.
Unless we can just have everybody in the long conga line go through the Hall of Illusion mirrors section.
Well, that would be something, wouldn't it?
You notice that he begins to he's drawing on the paper again. It doesn't seem to be so much for you as it is for him, but there he just draws like a very simple version of a mermaid and just kind of like puts his hand on it and goes, just looks sad.
You were in love with the mermaid and she gave up her voice for legs.
Kind of like looks to you and holds up one finger and nods, and then the second finger and shakes his head.
Oh, well, I was partially right. She did give up her voice for legs, but she never loved you.
I think she is saying that they were in love, not the legs.
That might check out, sure.
Sashio, you would know that the only mermaid on site is sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. That the only mermaid on site is Palasha.
Oh, hey, so there's a mermaid here. I think he wants us to tell her that they're in love.
Okay, where are they about?
I would know where they are, right?
Yes, you would. They
Where?
are at Silver Song Lake.
Ah, dang. They're back on the other side of the... We're never going to get to these snail races, guys. She's over at Silver Song. I guess we should go.
You didn't have to chase the shadow.
We didn't have to chase the shadow. We could have just ignored this and had fun.
Let's see the mermaid. Dang plot hooks.
We definitely have time to go to the snail races. So that only takes like 3 hours to complete a lap.
Yeah.
And we can see if we maybe grab a swan.
You got 5.5, well, probably 4.5 more hours.
We got at least 2 more days before the midnight thing, so
Yeah.
we're good.
What's this here, son?
We can manage it somehow.
Worst case scenario is we miss it and you guys are stuck here forever, so...
Let's go find the mermaid.
Alright.
There's the awkward pause there.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so you know where Palasha is located. You aren't all the way over in Silver Song Lake. Easy enough to get there. You do notice that the music from the Calliope sounds a little bit more upbeat as you pass near its location. Alright. As you all near Silver Song Lake, there's mist that gathers along the banks of the shimmering water. And near its center, there is a mermaid that lounges in a giant bowl, singing a glorious, haunting song that captivates spectators at the lake shore. In response, the lake water coalesces into magical sculptures that whirl around her as she performs. And I wish these handouts were easier to find. And you see her at the center of this lake, just kind of swimming and singing along, and sitting on top of this, like on the edge of this this large bowl, and there's a number of people just lined along the banks, just enjoying the music as she sings. As you draw closer, you suddenly hear a shrill voice call out, "You suck!" And Lasha, to her credit, does not miss a beat. Yet.
Does she actually suck?
Nope. She's
Okay.
really good.
Can we see who's saying that?
Make a perception check.
16.
Alright, this one's actually
19.
contested.
Oh, 15.
You still can't go under a 15 with your perception rolls. I love it.
Alright. This one's actually contested, so I get to roll. Oh,
Look at that. Natural 20.
close. Sashira, I'm gonna say, you being the closest to this, you don't quite catch who it is, but you see movement disappear into the crowd. And there are people who kind of look back and forth, unsure of where that came from, before there's another call, one a little less shrill, that sounds a little bit deeper, and it's just get off the stage, it's terrible.
But trying
And
to
it sounds like it's coming from somewhere else. Everyone give me another perception check.
18.
9.
You got this, Con. Natural 20. Oh,
Yes!
there it is, finally.
Ooh. Okay.
His eyes fall out.
His eyes fall out. No. This
The
time,
cap is sunk down below his eyes.
yeah. This time, Zashir, Shell and Constantine, you unfortunately do not see the person and or people calling out, but you actually notice, Zashir, just before they continue heckling Blasha, a small, dark, feathered figure suddenly shimmer in form and change into a young man before calling this out, and they again shimmer and change form as they attempt to disappear into the crowd again and move to a different spot.
I'm gonna try and grab them before they slip away.
Absolutely.
Grapple?
Yep.
Scrabble, grapple.
And you start to chase them down. Go ahead and give me a check. I'm going to turn off the whispers now that you see them.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm not going to do any open palm stuff on them. Knock them 15 feet away after I dunk them. I can just do an unarmed strike for the grapple, right?
It would be athletics to grapple.
Darn it. Alright.
Unless you have something special that lets you...
Wish I had something that didn't mean I had to use my strength. Let's see here. Damage rolls, unlock weapons, roll d4. Make the attack action, arm strike, unlock weapon. I'm just seeing if anything can change grapple. I don't think I can. Alright. Cool. Here we go. You ready for this? Oh, well,
right.
with an 8 strength, I roll an 18. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Alright, so every once in a while, you do have to apprehend someone who's causing trouble. So you're used to it. You've done it before. And you're thinking this is just going to be another one of these circumstances. And you reach out to grab this Kenku, but while they're using the illusion, it's a bit hard to see until your hand actually passes through the illusion to grab them. And in that brief moment, you see a startled bird face stare up at you and just somersault away from your grasp. And they're gonna turn and start to run through the crowd.
About how fast does it look like they're moving?
Let me check the speed.
On a scale of 1 to 30.
On a scale of 1 to 30, they are moving at speed of 30 feet in 6 seconds.
Oh, I outrun them.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I catch up to them.
Alright. I see you making Chase go ahead and give me another check before they do something.
Yeah. And so I'm just gonna go, why are you running? And do I not have Stunning Strike yet? That would have been great.
You're level 3, you don't have Stunning Strike?
It doesn't show up on my thingy. I'm checking D&D Beyond.
that's why monks had that like low too, didn't they?
I thought so, but Roll20 isn't showing it. Let's see here. Key. I have Flurry, Patient Defense, Step of the Wind. I have...
Stunning Strike is 5th level.
Oh,
Ah, 5th level. Okay.
That's just
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and grab him again.
Okay.
Can I try to assist by casting grease underneath the Kangoo?
I'll allow it if they fail to save.
Okay. Oop.
EC 14.
Alright.
Oh my god, Shae.
Well, at least that's not the grapple. Go ahead and make this check.
Okay.
This disguised Kinku sees the grease kind of form on the ground and just like leaps over it, and they do the little chicken flap thing.
That's adorable. 17.
17. Okay.
If you have another natural 20, I'm taking your dice away.
God.
It's a 10.
I ate that 20.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Welcome.
as they're just chicken fluttering down to the ground, Zasir, you're just like whoop, and catch them midair before like pinning on them down with the brief assistance from Shao. And then you just hear wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah? How sorry are you? It's really rude to heckle a performer while they're working.
I need information.
You're gonna piss off the crowd and get information?
Wouldn't you?
No.
No, that seems like a horrible way to get information.
It's the worst way to ingratiate yourself to someone.
They'll never see you for who you are.
Wow, that's just incredibly rude and existential.
Are you the one that stole the mind's voice?
Zashir would recognize the mime's voice as they say, Alasha, my darling.
We'd like to give it
Please say
back.
yes.
Alright, so you need information. You give me back his voice to return to him, and you can have the information as best as I'm able to give it to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I have advantage? I don't know why, but I
I'm
want
gonna
it.
say.
Can I have advantage because I've got him at my mercy?
I'm gonna say yes, and you also notice that.
Good, 13.
13. You also notice that Palasha has slid out of the fishbowl and has swam up to the shore to listen in on this. 13. They kind of like squint their eyes thoughtfully for a moment before they just give a nod, and then there's a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, in a different voice entirely.
That was the plan, yeah. Voice first.
They reach down and hold up like a small trinket, which probably they use as a spellcasting focus, and they just kind of like tap it before there's a small trail of light that kind of traces outward and kind of just hovers right above your palm. And then you hear Palasha speak. Is that Candlefoot's voice?
It is. I just made sure to get it back for you.
Oh, thank goodness! It was such a disaster when he lost it.
Yep. Don't worry,
They'll kind of
it's back now.
Well,
And Kostya is just briefly going to twiddle the arms of a certain little puppet, and just to the side of the mermaid, he'll float an image of Candlefoot just flicking a rose petal off one of the flowers and handing it out towards her.
give me a performance at advantage.
Sounds about right. Hey.
You see her see this, and she does kind of smile, but doesn't look much beyond that. Unfortunately, the dice are not kind in this moment.
Unless you're rolling 2 nat 20s.
Unless you're rolling 2 nat 20s. That was a really good moment too. I'm sad it didn't work.
I'm glad I ate one.
Yeah, but she smiles and she looks to Constantine and Shell. Are you two with Sashir here?
Yes.
For a while.
And so she looks between all of you and says, "Well, please return Candlefoot's voice and have him come see me when he has a moment. And you as well. I would like to offer a little bit of a reward."
Sounds good to me.
She smiles. And she kind of looks to the illusion again, and there's another. Her smile kind of broadens a bit before she dives back into the water and returns to her performance.
Oh, looks like they cared about each other. Then it wasn't just one-sided.
That's always lovely.
Yeah.
Now back to our little feathery friend. What information are you looking for?
Why are you here?
I work here.
Kind of looks to the one who asked the question, and again, why are you here?
I am looking for something as well.
I'm looking for Wolfie.
Kind of cant their head. There's another another voice, one that none of you would recognize, but you hear, "Go forth, my servant. I am your patron now."
Huh. That seem odd to anybody else?
What is your patron's name?
In the same voice you hear, "I am called Sibylla, Little Kettle Street."
Do you know the way back to her?
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, do you know the way back to her?
Kettle, this Kinku kind of, still pinned to the ground, I'm assuming, kind of like tilts her head in the direction of the big top, and then looks back and in another voice says, "Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are not seeing anyone."
That's usually what they say when they're fucking.
So the two of them have the way to see the good lady then.
They might be at least the people who can help us find her.
In Mr. Light's voice, you hear, "Someone's going to find out about this. They'll shut us down." And then followed in Mr. Witch's voice, "We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return, we stay in business. That is what you want, right?"
The Hourglass Coven?
That sounds really nefarious.
Yes, it does. We should really turn Candlefoot's voice to him before too long.
And I feel like reporting this to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light is probably not the best idea now.
Not the moment, no.
Not without more clues, but knowing the name of this coven will help.
Well, I guess there's no time like the past.
That's true. Before we know it, it'll be next Tuesday.
It's true. Before you know it, it'll be next Tuesday.
So I guess we're going back to the Hall of Illusions.
Yep. Back to it.
As you all start to head back to the Hall of Illusions, the Kinku starts to walk along with you, straightening out the carnival wings that they're wearing. But they don't drift into another disguise self as they had been doing, and just walk openly now, seeming interested in new help. On your way back, you all are able to approach Candlefoot again, who is just kind of, you see him punch a few more tickets for folks before kind of like looking in your direction, and kind of like hops down from the little podium that he's working at. And then sees the Kinku and his eyes narrow.
Second raid of the night. Hello, Gehenna Gaming. Thank you for coming in with your folks. Also, we were in the middle of something, so I didn't shout them out before, but they are still here. Role Players Guild, thank you for your raid as well.
Thank you. Candlefoot kind of like approaches, and you see him kind of like just like staring angrily at this Kinku before the same pair of voices that was used when they first got snagged. "Wait, I'm sorry." And they kind of Candlefoot looks to the rest of you,
He wanted to bring this back to you and apologize.
Here's your bird, by the way.
Hey, they got wings for their wings.
They got wings for wings. You hold out his disembodied voice.
Yep. I offer it back to him.
Yep. You see his eyes kind of light up, and he like quickly reaches out to take it, and then does the starts like pulling, like he's pulling a rope, and the voice just trails over to him, and he takes it and just holds it to him, and it kind of like flows into his throat, a la Little Mermaid. And then you hear, "Oh, thank you."
Hey, mimes aren't supposed to talk.
No, but this is important.
Sure.
This is wonderful. I have to go speak to Palasha again. Right. Information. You all were curious about the kind of like
The coven.
The coven. I've heard rumors that I don't really know anything about this coven itself, but I do know that there's rumors that the Hall of Illusions it's haunted by their servants.
By their servant? Being the little girl with the pig mask and the lollipop?
I don't know. I don't approach her.
Oh, so this is normal for them to be around here? Why is this the first I'm hearing about it?
It's just rumors. I don't really look. If you can somehow, and he starts to speak very low. If you can somehow get in good with the carnival owners, they would know exactly what's going on. But I don't like being posted here. Actually, I'm gonna take a 30-minute break to go see Palasha.
Why don't you take an hour lunch? You kind of had a rougher time of this. Plus, she's real interested in talking to you too. So you should definitely go get some sushi.
You see him pause
Finger
for a
crossbows
minute.
at him.
Yeah. And he goes, and then he snaps his fingers and finger crossbows back, and just
Good luck.
kind of nods. You see him go back over to the tent and closes the entry side, but not the exit side, and then just turns a sign that says "On break, be back." There's going to be the Big Top Extravaganza soon, and kind of like looks up at the sky, trying to judge what time it is. Probably in the next 15-20 minutes. That would be a great time to try to get close to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light if you wanted to dig out some more information.
In 30 minutes? Okay.
Well, I said 15 to 20.
Oh, well, I mean, we got an hour, so we should be okay.
Yeah, but it could be in 5 minutes.
Well, tomorrow is always the best time.
It's gonna be in 2 hours, so we should probably go.
Well, you don't want to miss it if it's yesterday.
I mean, if it was yesterday, then it's tomorrow.
All right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And you see him quickly run off in the direction of Silver Song Lake.
I don't like that he was stealing my bit.
You pulled it off better.
Pulled what off?
Being you.
Oh, okay.
He's a mime, that's his job.
Oh, Mr. Kanku, what's your name, by the way?
In the strange voice again, you hear Little Kettle Stream.
Look at the stream.
Kettle
I'm Chow.
Stream. Kettle Stream.
Kettle Stream.
And then in your voice, what is your name again?
I am Chow.
And they hold out a feathered arm with little bird talons towards you,
I'll reach out and shake.
and you shake. And then you hear, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, that was the deal. So what are we doing here?
I think we want to go to the big top now because the extravaganza is going to happen soon. And like Mr. Candlefoot said, it might be a way for us to get more information out of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So, the group of you turn and begin to make your way towards the big top. And I think this is a good spot to take a quick 5-minute break. And when we return, we will return to the big top extravaganza.
Alrighty.
Woohoo!
Also, the music from the Collide piece sounds a little brighter. And it can be heard over a larger distance. But we're going to take a quick break. I want to stand up and stretch a little bit. We will be back in 5 minutes.
Yep, 5 minutes. So,
Alrighty, see you in a little bit.
hi everyone who has been filtering in. Just stick around. We'll be back. And remember that our sponsor for the show is Grinding Coffee Co. If you want to get some delicious coffee from a Black-owned LGBT plus supporting small business, use our code PARTYWIPEGAMES for a 10% discount. In the meantime, we will be away, so y'all just hang out and enjoy the 5 minutes of peace, prosperity, and quiet until we come back.
Woo.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good.
All right.
Having a lot of fun.
Excellent. That's good.
Just fighting a camera issue. I'll be right.
Go for the logo. You'll
Yeah.
never expect it.
They are the logo now. Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know when you're ready, and then we'll bring it on back.
Here we go.
Also, hello everyone in chat again. I kind of threw it out there to the question what was going on. So we're at the Witchlight Carnival, and what started out as just going around looking at the games turned out to be something a little bit deeper, as a shadow started looking for targets, and then we saw like a little pig-faced ghoul girl, pig masked, even if it is really her face, and that's the scary part. Ooh. We did not get to the snail racing, which is where all the real secrets are, and we could have unlocked a +5 Holy Avenger if we won the races, but we got deviated, so it's not going to happen, guys. Sorry.
We're missing the secret ending.
Yeah, secret ending. If you don't do the chain of events correctly, then you just miss out on the chance for it. If you actually manage to win all of the games, there is a secret Matt Mercer cameo where just Matt Mercer appears, and he defeats the final boss for you, and it's a shame we failed that path. So you're just gonna have to stick with us. We're as good as it's gonna get from here on. Sorry. All right, but our break is over, so I'm gonna bring us back from the away screen.
Yay.
Just remember, Grinding Coffee Co. 10% discount. Party Wipe Games. If you buy some coffee, you get that 10% discount, and you get to support a small business that helps support the tabletop community. Joining right now. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Fantastic and wonderful. You are fabulous, and we love you.
We do love you.
Hello. We are back. This is us. Our
This
faces.
is us. How's everybody doing? Are we ready to get to the midnight event?
I mean, yeah.
I am ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. So with the capture and subsequent return of one's voice, you do make your way over to the big top. Now that you have another lead to follow up on, you do know that the main event. I'm gonna say this year you would know at the end of an hour-long event that is the Big Top Extravaganza. Audience members get to be invited onto the floor to join in, as it were. But as you all file in, you can see that there's a much larger crowd than there was previously, the previous moment you came through here. And as people all take seats, the lights begin to dim, and a hush falls over the crowd. A second later, a spotlight comes on, and in the middle is a lithe elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, surrounded above the centering by silk ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond pane mirrors and a pair of butterfly's wings. His scepter is topped with a spinning bang, and as he speaks, you know him to be Mr. Light.
Hey, that's one of the bosses.
That fellow there. And he speaks out. Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. And he leans forward, flipping off of the ring and landing perfectly on his feet. And as the performances begin to open, Mr. Light calls out, "First off, we have Burley the Bugbear." And you see this bugbear coming out of from behind these curtains, dragging a number of weights behind him. And there are a few cheers as he pulls these chains with heavy weights attached to him, and begins performing various feats of strength. This goes on for a little bit before he throws a barbell down and stands on it, and the light on him goes off, and soft music begins to play before you hear a familiar voice. It's Flasha. And as she begins to serenade the audience, and this voice seems hard to find before another light turns on, and there's a clamshell that opens up, and inside the clamshell is a bathing pool with Flasha singing. Another light comes on during her performance as Candlefoot, whom you met earlier, now appears to have rejoined the act nearby Flasha. Both of them seem to be in bright spirits now. Candlefoot mimes along the edge of the audience, playing various games with them. And as these silent games go on, and the serenading comes to an end, this giant clamshell closes, and there's suddenly fairy dragons with bright streamers tied to their tails that begin to do various acrobatics in the air in a dizzying array of a synchronized flying troupe. There's also acrobats, clowns, fire breathers that all parade about as all the lights come on. And this goes on as Mr. Light, very jovial, is calling out between each act. And as this hour goes on, between the oohs and the ahs of the crowd, Mr. Light finally takes center stage again and holds the vein up that he carries. And he calls out, "The show is near its end, but are there any guests who would like to join in, perhaps with acts of their own?"
They'll raise their hand.
And there are a few other hands that are raised, and Mr. Light is kind of like looking around before spotting you. Points the vein towards you. "Are you there?" And gestures for you to join the carnival floor.
I was gonna stand up and go down to the carnival floor.
Good luck.
All right. And he kind of like gives you a bow and straightens up. "You have a performance for us. What would this be?"
Well, I know how to play the flute. And I'm also a wizard as well, so I combine the two.
And he kind of, you see him kind of like smile at that. "Well, the stage is yours, my friend. Show us what you can do."
Okay, so
Show us
Cal's
what
gonna-
you got.
Show us what you got.
So Chel's gonna take out the flute, and let's head back over to Bells, because I... So I want to cast Prestidigitation before I do start to play. Okay, to have like some sparks and like flowers kind of pop out the end as they play. Would that be a performance then?
It would be a performance,
Or-
and I will give you a D4 bonus for combining this with prestidigitation. Is there anything else you'd like to do in preparation for this?
I think that's the only thing I can add on to that.
All right.
Oh, wait. A minor thing. Just as Shell's going down, they'll just use a bit of their shape-changing ability, just make like their hair glossier, themselves a bit more, or words hard currently.
Shiny hair?
Yeah, essentially shinier, so adds more to the performance when they do it.
Alright, you suddenly have long, luxurious hair that flows and shimmers. There's, you said, flowers and light that comes out of the flute with prestidigitation now. Make it a d6.
Yeah, because... Alrighty.
Roll your d6.
Do I still roll?
Sure. I mean,
Why not?
27.
27.
Dang. Nice.
I was thinking the exact opposite. I don't know what to do now.
A hush falls over the crowd, and all there is your music as you move about playing your flute, and it is absolutely beautiful. There's nobody speaking. Everyone is just listening. There's a single light that is shining on you in this in the big top as you, center stage, perform for this large group of people. And as this performance continues, you see Mr. Light kind of like standing off to the end. There's a little tear in his eye, and he reaches up and just kind of like wipes it away. And finally, your performance comes to an end, and you hear in just a wild voice, "Bravo!" And you start clapping, and the entire tent begins to reverberate with applause for you. As
I was gonna
flowers
take a
rain
bow.
down towards you.
Ooh, bravo.
And the most cheering that has ever come from Sashir herself.
Listen, I'm a big fan.
But he leans forward and gives you another bow, very exaggerated, and he says, "Thank you for that," and then turns to the crowd. "Everyone, this concludes the Big Top extravaganza. Please return. When dawn breaks, we will crown the Witchlight Monarch." And gradually the performers and the people begin to filter out as Witchlight hands come in and begin to clean up whatever messes were made. There's a moment that goes by before you're approached again, whether you're on the floor or rejoining your friends.
I would have got the flower and rejoined their friends.
Okay. As you're rejoining your friends, you see that the bugbear who did the performance earlier is approaching you. He's wearing dungarees, fairy wings, and a helmet that's made from a jack-o'-lantern, so he's got like a little jack-o'-lantern head. But as he approaches you, you hear, "Follow me. Management wants to see you." And he turns and starts walking.
Sure, everything's okay.
Just kind of
Can my friends come as well?
I work here. I can kind of go where I wish.
He gives a grunt and nods and just kind of waves his hand. And as he turns and begins towards the staff wagons, there's a wall of there's like a wall of thorns that kind of separates a portion of it with little openings, and you've snuck through here before. You also, as you're moving, Burley, he begins to speak. I can assure you there's nothing to worry about. The carnival's mood is elevated. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are in high spirits.
That's very good to hear then.
As you make your way toward the back, he leads you to the circle of wagons, and leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon is an aging clown with painted grin. He puffs on a bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear, ignoring the clown, opens the wagon door and ushers you inside.
I'll give a finger wave to the clown.
The clown just narrows his eyes at you. Hang on, I have to find this guy. I want you to have a picture of him.
I don't understand how this clown works at all.
I appreciate the name.
You appreciate the effort the clown put in, at least.
You do.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's lost on Dougler, which is what makes this come full circle.
I mean, I don't know how this clown works, so I don't understand it.
It's very long-winded and convoluted. Don't worry.
It feels a little backwards to me.
Yeah.
Just whoosh.
Kudos to any audience members who actually get it. Whoops. That's not the guy I want.
It's not the droid you're looking for.
This is not the droid you're looking for. Inside, there is the flamboyant elf who was acting as the ringmaster for the big top, grinning ear to ear as he welcomes you again with the same theatrical bow. Please come in. It's a delight to meet you all. I'm Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch. And he gestures to the stocky elf lounging in the bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat.
Hey, bosses.
I will do a slight bow. So I was like, so you two are the owners of this marvelous carnival. It's such an amazing treat to be here.
We are. We have been in possession of this carnival for some time, and we look to maintain it for quite a time yet. And as they welcome you in, Mr. Witch does begin to offer a glass of wine for everybody.
I'm technically on the clock.
Just kind of give the nod. You don't have to accept it, but it is offered.
Oh no, I accept it. I just want them to know that
Special occasion, Mr. Witch says.
Tell's gonna
Don't
set
worry
one too.
about it. Just don't go juggling any flaming swords while you're intoxicated.
That's when I juggle my best swords.
Then juggle all the swords you can juggle.
Hell yeah. Alright, go ahead and take a drink.
And then Mr. Light speaks again. Well, we wanted to thank you for not just the performance, but the carnival's mood. It is exquisite, and I suspect you, with the vibrant auras you all are giving off, were in no small part involved. Mr. Witch kind of like glances over and seeing Constantine, he kind of like tilts his head. You look a little familiar. I can't quite place it. I don't suppose
About 63 Earth years ago.
Has it been that long? You were here before. Well, welcome back. Time works a little differently when you're shifting between realms. Mr. Light kind of speaks up. Well, we are happy to have you here. Tell us, what brings you to the carnival in the first place? Just the draw of it? It was people come here in all sorts of mysterious manner. In fact, it's how we came about your guide, as it were. Zashir has been quite the performer.
Yeah, I like it here.
Yes, everything I've seen Zahir do so far has been quite extraordinary.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is it? Yes, everything I've seen Zahir do so far has been quite extraordinary.
Glad I am to hear it. Are you interested in joining?
Maybe one day, but not today. They're gonna motion to themselves and Constantine. Are here looking for someone actually, and for, well, something as well. No. Not to say that your carnival by itself would not be quite the draw in any occasion at all.
When you mention looking for something, Mr. Witch speaks up. Well, you notice Witch and Light both kind of, exchange glances before Witch starts speaking. Forces are at work on the other side that are entirely beyond our control. And then you hear like that. The wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost, and what's gone is gone.
Well, the wheel of time does turn on and on, but as it turns on, then what was once lost can be found once again. Depends how far along you want to turn the wheel.
And I do regret that you have lost some things, but
Oh, it's...
What is it you're looking for?
Well, it's not I that lost something, it is our dear Constantine who has. Most of Constantine, like...
Oh, merely my little wolfie. The plush wolf that used to send me to my sleep as a youngster before I came here the first time. I'd almost forgotten about him. But of late he's crept ever more into my thoughts, and I felt it was worth one more attempt to see if I could find him.
And as you say that, they kind of look at each other again, and Mr. Light looks back, and I'm very sorry that this has come about. You lost this light while you were here. There are dangers beyond the veil. That's why we have everybody wear these wings, is to protect them from certain thieves. There's powers beyond what we can control. And Mr. Witch again says, as you said, what's lost is lost.
Speaking of certain powers, kind of wanted to bring that up with you. There's been some unwinged individuals moving about the campgrounds. We've noticed them at the Hall of Illusions mostly today. We identified them as, and now I lost my note on it. What was it called? Feel free to jump in, guys, because I'm trying to find
the Hourglass Coven.
Hourglass Coven. Thank you. Yeah, they were identified as the Hourglass Coven. Do you know anything about that?
They kind of pause for a minute before Mr. Witch speaks up. Zbilna is the patron of the Witchlight Carnival. There is a coven. We don't know about them. And Mr. Light then speaks. There are dangerous creatures that wander the Feywild. I'm sure you know about them. It's best to avoid them best you can and stay on the carnival grounds.
Well, they were inside the carnival grounds, is why I'm bringing this up.
Then best to avoid them.
Well, they were directly targeting patrons here.
One was trying to offer a patron a deal, but we've sort of interrupted her before it could have been concluded.
And were these patrons wandering without their tickets punched or without wearing their wings?
Oh shoot! Actually,
Actually,
come to think of it, the two halflings didn't have them because of that incident. Did we, when the shadow did it, was it following somebody who had snuck in? Because we noticed it. We noticed it outside before
yes.
it went in.
You noticed it kind of like prowling on the grounds, but
so it wasn't actually doing.
Yeah, the shadow didn't seem to have located anyone, any target.
Okay, so I guess out of character and like Zahir is starting to connect. Were we just misinterpreting the situation with these three? Are they like a security force here that's making sure people aren't cheating or cutting lines and stuff?
None that you would be aware of.
I feel like I would have known that it was their job.
If it is their job, if they are supposed to be there, or you have no no knowledge of this, but you also know that that Kettle Stream had kind of offered you a bit of knowledge as well.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that they are not supposed to be there.
Okay, so then these two are just being really dismissive of it.
Could be.
Okay.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, no, it was just like a few things.
An insight check.
I would, because a few things were falling into place, and there was just that moment where it was like, are we just like really out of line for bringing this up? All right,
Roll
insight. Here we go. Do I have advantage for any particular reason? Since I sussed this out, kind of worked through the information to try and. I don't know.
No,
I'm just
because
pushing.
you're working through that information, I will let you roll again.
Okay,
You're
I'll
not
take
going
it.
to have advantage.
I'll take that.
And you are rolling against them.
12.
Okay, 12.
Can I roll it instead as well?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
I'll stand a better chance with a 12.
Because you are trying to put things together.
Ooh, 21.
21. All right.
I'm just going to volunteer.
I was gonna say, you want in on this action too?
Here we are. Let's see. Okay. It is meet or beat. So, Zashir, you're kind of watching them. You've worked for these two for a while. While you do have your suspicions, you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time picking up what they may know beyond that. They're hard to read. For Shell, you're watching them. There is just the slightest give in Mr. Witch's or not Mr. Witch, but Mr. Light's demeanor, where he almost sulks just briefly. And you get the sense that they do know a little bit more, possibly. What that is, you have no idea. And then Mr. Witch takes out a watch from his pocket and kind of like flips it open, looks to it, and says, "Well, our time's running short. It is a pleasure to meet you, and if in the future you're interested in joining in more festivities, or perhaps looking to Shell, interested in employment, then do stop by again." And he gives a nod to Burley, the bugbear, who gives a nod as well and gestures for everyone to follow him out.
I was gonna do a little half bow, like, I should keep that in mind, thank you very much.
As before you all leave, Mr. Light calls out, "Oh, do get a balloon animal from Thaco there."
Of course.
So
Yeah, pleasure.
you all step out and you see him kind of standing there, and he kind of like overhears that and just kind of like looks to everyone. "What would you like?"
A Tarask.
All right. And you see him take out a number of balloons and starts putting them together and twisting them and tying them off and turning them, and basically makes a over the next few minutes quickly puts together a life-size balloon Godzilla and offers it over.
Can you do me?
"Here's your ass.
Can you do me one more favor?
A clown of few words but many talents. What can that do for you?"
Can you blow up like 2 regular balloons and tie them onto it so it'll be indestructible?
Alright.
Excellent.
He blows up 2 regular balloons and ties them onto it.
I look to Constantine and say, "Look, it flies now. We're doomed."
It floats a little bit.
Maybe I'll have a dragonfly then.
Alright. Just takes one balloon, makes it a dragonfly out of it, and holds it over to you.
I'll take it. Thank you very much, Thaco. Have you been with the carnival for long?
Yes.
I feel like he's been here for quite a while.
Very long time.
So I suppose you've seen all sorts of ups and downs with the carnival.
And if I may have a wolf, please.
Alright. Takes out a few more balloons and ties together a wolf and then offers that.
Oh, why, thank you.
You're welcome.
And he, Costi will hold up the balloon to it, the wolf to his ear and go, "What's that? The way to Prismere, you say?"
He might know. You want to ask that?
You wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know the way to Prismere by any chance?
I know a very convoluted series of numbers that might get you there, but I don't think anyone can understand them.
What would make them so hard to understand?
You all do notice that Burley, the bugbear, just kind of, still with the jack-o'-lantern helmet, kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and just kind of gestures, "Go this way."
Okay, I'll see you around then, Thaco.
Enjoy the festivities. And as he leads you away, Burley kind of looks over his shoulder towards the wagon. And once they're a distance away and around the thorn wall again, he pulls off the jack-o'-lantern helmet. And you can see that he has a very face. Bad things have been happening at the carnival for a while. People and things have been going missing.
We have noticed a couple of that.
Yeah, and he kind of points, he kind of gestures to himself and, he gestures to himself and Zashir and says, our bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. They're the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Witch and light are good guys, but you will need leverage to make them spill the beans.
I don't suppose you have any idea what that leverage would be.
Well, you can either get a little bit creative, or I would recommend purloining Mr. Witch's watch. You can use it to compel Witch and Light to provide the answers that you seek. Normally, I'd say best time to select watches during the top extravaganza, but that's passed.
That's already passed.
It's the only time that Witch and Light are separated. They're close, you see. I don't condone theft, but if you can somehow stop these thefts going on, then I'm willing to look the other way.
Well, thank you for your information. We'll do everything that we can. And now we have to figure out how to get the watch away from Mr. Witch.
You didn't hear this from me.
Of course not.
Oh, a little bit of additional information. If you do happen to stay the full length of the carnival, Witchlight Monarch is chosen by Mr. Light's Witchlight Vein. Witchlight, they have no control over who the monarch will be. But it's always a guest who has contributed the most happiness to the carnival.
I guess I'm disqualified.
The monarch is also given a charm that lets them fly, so it might be useful.
Does sound quite handy, yes.
As for the watch, be careful. It's attached to his waistcoat by a chain, so whoever tries to steal it, not that I condone that, something to break, or you need some way to break the door and fasten it. Ribbon, Canterfoot, and Glasha are all good eggs. You can probably get some help from them if they like you. But stay away from Thacker. He's untrustworthy. Don't
Stay away from who?
trust Thacker. Do not trust Thacker.
I mean, he seemed alright. He made a Tarask.
Now, can you unmake that Tarask?
No.
Once you make a Tarask, you can't unmake it.
I know, and it flies now.
Yes, we're all doomed.
Listen, I'm willing to accept the consequences of this.
Well, alright. But, again, you heard none of this from me. You all have a good day. Night. Time.
Yeah, good night as well.
Takes the jack-o'-lantern and puts it back over his head. Walks off after guiding you out.
So, he just asked me to rob my boss.
Do so and set things right.
Yeah, if you commit a theft to leverage it to stop a theft, isn't it,
Can I insight that
Who
to
else
see if the
gets
logic
insight?
is sound?
Okay, make an insight check.
20.
Alright. Burley does not like theft. But
He seems to think it's for a
yes,
greater good.
he doesn't think it's a theft if it's just used for leverage and returned just after getting the information that they know to potentially stop all the other thefts.
So it's extortion then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I found extortion.
And you hear it's extortion. And then you hear, we're all doomed.
Ah, shit. Kenku's back. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I wouldn't say we're completely doomed.
This sounds like a team job. I'm in.
It does. Well, I greatly appreciate the help.
Oh, you're welcome.
Huh. So you're gonna help us with this then? What's in it for you?
You hear, again, the same voice as before when they introduced their name. I am Zabilna, Little Cattle Stream. And then you hear, I must have answers. completely different place.
So you're hoping to find some answers.
I'm sipping.
And that's who we're looking for.
That is who we're looking. Wait, that's who you're looking for. I'm not looking for them.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but you're assisting us.
Oh.
I am assisting you. No, that
We're.
I was just going to say that I'm looking, and then I'm like, no, I'm not looking for them. You're looking for them, but that wasn't a I'm not helping you look for them. It's a acknowledgement of you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's likewise. Constantine sort of goes, yes, you're right. We're looking for her. Whether you are explicitly or not,
Yeah.
we still are.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
two of us.
Exactly. We're all on the same page now. So I feel like the watch is our priority then.
Well, you did suggest we get some other people to help us be able to get it easier.
When you say that, you hear Kettle Stream. You know, I just noticed one of these, the handout for the Kenku says Kettle Stream, but then the token handout for the Kenku is Kettle Steam.
That's just Wizards of the Coast editing at its finest. Yeah. So you've been saying stream, so let's just keep it a stream.
Okay.
Because it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just stream now. But as you say that, you hear Kettle Stream speak in the Bugbear's voice again. Did I just go past it? You hear, dear Legron, Candlefoot, and Blossom. They're good eggs. But stay away from Fat. He's untrustworthy.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Weird. You can never trust Thaco. I mean, you should just do the numbers in your head. So,
Well, I believe Candlefoot will help us either way. So we've already managed to help him. Oh, we actually managed to help the three of them so far.
Yeah. Let's.
Guess
we should.
Give me a perception check, real quick.
I shall give a perception check.
Okay.
That's a 1. Well, 2.
I like this because it's a natural 1. Give me a dexterity save real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fantastic. How do I make a token big again on the screen?
Said.
Yeah. Control Z or Alt Z, one of those buttons.
Nah. That didn't work. Control Alt Z. Alt Z. Oh, that's X. That's not working.
Yes, just straightforward Z. Once you've selected it.
Oh, there you go. Not particularly looking for anything, but as you turn, you notice this face just staring blankly back at you. Nobody else sees this, and it startles you to the point where you stagger backwards and just fall.
I see which face?
Oh, did not
Or
come
did-
up.
Oh, it's just for you. That's the.
Yeah, but it didn't come up.
There's a way to do it for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one of the buttons plus Z.
Try control.
Just keep toggling through it until it works.
Shift. Control shift alt first. There we go. Did that work?
Oh dear.
Pressing
Yep.
Shift Z shows all the players a larger version.
Yep. So that's what you see staring at you,
Oh dear God.
and you just tumble backwards.
Yeah, fully fuck.
It just stares. It doesn't do anything. It just stares.
We should probably go now, yeah.
Do we all see that?
Nope.
Okay.
Just me.
Yeah. Let's go talk to the others and get them recruited.
All right. Where would you all like to go?
We should go bother. What's his name first?
Candlefoot?
Candlefoot. Thank you. I almost said Lightfoot, and I knew that was wrong. Candlefoot.
All right. So you all make your way back near the Hall of Illusions, and sure enough, you get there just as Candlefoot is returning to his post after the big top extravaganza, and probably going to see Kalasha as well. But he looks up and he smiles brightly when he sees you.
Candlefoot, my friend. Hello.
He smiles and waves and mouths hello before turning the thing that says he's on break, and it says hello.
This isn't a work-related thing. This is more of a side project-related thing.
Oh, well then good, I can talk. Hey, she said yes.
Excellent. That's really
Ooh,
good.
they-
wonderful.
You two seem to be really into each other.
It was such a disastrous moment when I first tried, and then my voice just disappeared, and it looks to the computer and just shrugs.
Yeah, but I mean,
if there's anything I can do to repay you, anything at all.
as a matter of fact, that's why we're here.
We need help procuring something.
Procuring? If I can, yeah.
We need to borrow Mr. Witch's watch. Because we need to use it to get information from him and Mr. Light.
Oh, he doesn't let anyone. He doesn't let anyone touch his. Oh, you mean
Borrow.
right?
We were told that you're quite trustworthy, along with Felicia and I'm going to murder this Drelagon?
Dirlagon? Gron?
Yes, Dirlagon.
Dirlagon.
Dirlagon. I'm going to stop trying now.
Dirlagon. Well, tell you what. I have a thought. Why don't Palasha and I take another break, and we can request to see Mr. Light for tell him the good news, and we can we'll start making wedding plans, and that'll actually pull Mr. Light away long enough so that he and Mr. Witch are apart for a little bit, might make it easier. That way, like, I was gonna do that anyway.
I didn't think you guys were so far in for weddings, but wow, congratulations.
I proposed.
Oh, I thought you were just going to ask her on a date. I didn't think you two were together already.
Oh no, we've been kind of sneaking.
That's even more
aside.
incredible. No, like, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm happy for you.
Thanks. But yeah, we I can at least get Mr. Light to hear us out and give you a little bit of time.
That'd be excellent. And usually get away from while he's alone, but we'll have to worry about the chain that's attaching the watch to him.
I don't need the details. I'm not really a thief.
Of course.
If the two of you can provide a diversion, that would be of marvelous assistance. I'm sure. I think between myself and perhaps some of the more those of us with a lighter touch will stand a reasonable chance of
Kettlestream waves her hand, her clawed hand.
Oh yes, I could dear kettle stream.
and Kostya will merely palm sneak, as it were, kettle stream one of his feathers.
Who does?
Constantine.
Okay.
Just sort of making the point that, yeah, we're both know what we're doing here.
Mm.
We just need to work out how we're doing the deed, as it were.
And then Candlefoot will speak up and just say, well, probably best I don't hear all the details, but
Plausible deniability.
yeah, how about this? In about an hour, I'll take my last break for the evening. That'll give you time to make your plans, maybe see a few more sights, and I'll go get Palasha and we'll do that on the hour next hour.
Cool. Sounds good.
Thank you, greatly appreciated.
Don't thank me, please. Kind of like smiles nervously and goes back to his post.
Okay.
Well, we clearly weren't just speaking with the mime, because that would have been important.
Absolutely.
I wasn't gonna mime out this entire conversation. And plus, he turned his thing to break, and then once he turns it to once he puts away his break card, then he goes quiet again.
Well, all right.
Right. So the question is, do we want to head back up and speak to the
Spicer Beast.
yeah.
She has a really hard name.
I mean, it's It's not that hard.
You could also go try to see the snail racing now.
Durla Gruwan.
Dude,
Durla Gruwan.
Barrel of wrong.
Durla Gruwan. We could go see the snail racing now. We got at least a day
Yeah.
before.
and we're just
Candlefoot
up the path from it.
Yep. We should do it. We should reward ourselves for a job well done. Because there isn't much time left in the day. Meaning our day. So we should go check out the snail races.
Yeah, might as well. Otherwise, we'll get pulled away again and again.
And then we'll never unlock that Holy Avenger. Allegedly, that's what they say. If you earn like the top score, you could get a Holy Avenger. So just try your best. We go to the snail races
Yes.
because we have like 5 minutes left in the show.
All right. So you all begin to make your way to the snail races, and as you get there, in the grandstands next to the race course are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles, and waving flags on the starting line. 8 giant snails are having their shells scrubbed by pixies. Above the circular course, there's a wooden gantry. A wooden gantry hangs from the branches of the central tree where 2 goblins officiate the proceedings. So this snail racing, a highly competitive, fast-paced sport. Fast-paced. I'm curious. I'll get to the details on this next time, but just to leave it hanging as you all enter this area. You see the shells being waxed by these pixies, and you hear a bit of music being played on a violin. And when you look over, you notice an elven woman kind of sitting and just playing music as she watches these proceedings, and then gives a nod in your direction when she notices you. And that is all. We'll close it here prior to the snail races.
Snail races.
Ooh, exciting. The main event.
Let's do it. We finally got there. It's only taken 3 episodes now. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. This is the 2nd episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Oh my gosh, this whole carnival is just fun. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited for the Feywild itself too, but there's just so
Are you saying this
much
isn't
here.
the whole campaign just hanging out in a carnival? There's more?
There's so much more. So much.
Oh my.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you to our earlier raiders, Calcifer UK for your bit donations, your subscription, and your gift subscription. Just hitting that trifecta there. We also had rating from Gehenna Gaming and the Role Players Guild. You're all fabulous and we love you. Thank you, of course, to Dougler, who is a player, for hosting. Also to Frostwind for hosting as well. And that's everything from today, but huge viewer turnout, which is pretty great. And yeah, here's a preview for what to look forward to next week.
Yeah.
Told you, you
Next
guys thought I was joking. Look at that. Once they hit the top speed there.
Yeah. It starts real slow once they get there.
Once they get there, it takes them a while,
crap.
but they get there. They get there.
Next time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Yep. So if anybody has any short outro stuff they want to go over, who you are, where we can find you, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go Dougler, we'll go RQ Stefan, then Shae, you can do it, and then I'll close us out.
Alrighty. Hi everybody, I am Dougler93 on Twitch and Twitter. I stream art and games on Saturday and Sunday, art in the morning, games at night. If you guys want to stop by, please do. Thank you guys for watching the stream.
Hello folks, I'm RQ Stefan. I lurk in channels than I reasonably should, and if you happen to see me around, chaos may ensue. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, awesome. Shae, go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Shae, or Shae the Fey on my Twitter and my Twitch account. I usually stream art. I'm slowly getting back into it through the recovery and just the busyness of getting back to a normal lifestyle. Hey, I hope to be back to a full schedule once more, sans our vacation. But hey, this campaign, absolutely amazing. I'm loving it. I'm so excited for all the stuff in it. But yeah, you can find me at Shae the Fey, Twitter. I'm open for commissions. Commission me. I'll draw stuff for you.
Draws good stuff. And last but never least is me. Hi, I'm Brandis Party Wipe Games. You're watching our channel, Party Wipe Games. You can catch us most days of the week doing tabletop variety RPG games here, and you can also see Shae and I occasionally over on Weave the Tale or Valgigant's channel, which is where you will see us tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we are on Valgigant's channel playing a mass superhero game. Where it is going to be about teenagers in a superhero academy, and tomorrow is Parents' Night, so the super teens are going to have their parents show up, and since 2 of their parents are supervillains, it's going to be pretty fun. So stick around, watch that. Since there's a lot of you here today, I'm going to find us somebody to raid. And... Perception Studios is playing something right now. They're playing Blades in the Dark, so you guys can go check out some Blades in the Dark. Perception Studios, some good people. They are not playing with the Felt Friends today, which is kind of sad, but the regular folks there are good stuff. And show them some love. We'll see you next time. Wait, I just messed that up. Hold on. Try that again. There we go. Perception Studio. So... give them all some love, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Make sure Dave gets in there. All right.